Okay, good evening, everyone. So, welcome back to the session. I think for the online, hope my voice is clear. Can you please confirm me once whether I'm audible or not? Okay. So, in the last class, which topic we have seen? It's not cron. Okay, it's cron job. Next, Polesium webbook, right? Okay, fine. So, in today's session, we are going to start the concept of pipelines. Which one? Tell me one thing. How many of you really think pipeline is difficult? You don't know pipeline, huh? Already I said, right? Pipeline is nothing but step-by-step execution of a process. Let me show you one thing. Like as of now, you said, sorry, we don't know pipeline. Acha, okay. Production pipeline. Jenkins in real time. Let me show you some script here. So if I go for images, pipeline code. So here you can see some of the code actually. Like if I show you the code, let me pick one image. So like, let me do one thing. I think we can go with this image. It is the basic image actually. This is the code actually. It is only like 10 to 15 lines, but we'll be having like 30 to 40 lines. Now, by seeing this one, what is the first thing that comes into your mind? Is it easy or difficult? Easy only, yeah? Acha, difficult. Let me show you like our code. Like at the end of the Jenkins, we are going to do a project here. I'll show what is like our exact pipeline code look like. Based upon that, tell me like it is easy or difficult. But before that, here if we can go. So basically, it is what the pipeline code will be looking like. Let me show you. So starting from here to here. So this is the pipeline code will be looking like. By seeing that code, like what do you think? Is it easy or difficult to learn? Difficult only, yeah? Okay. Online, what about you? Like what do you think? Is it easy or difficult to learn? So a lot of people like easy only. Oh, looks like Jason. Okay. Um, right. So I'll explain the concept of pipeline for you. So let me log into my AWS console here in the meanwhile. But unfortunately, it is having the verification code. Give me a second. Okay. So basically here we have the Jenkins server. So already this server is got stopped. So guys, tell me when the server got stopped, what are the action that is going to happen? IP address will be changing, and second thing, service will be stopped, right? So let me open the Mobex term to connect to my EC2 instance. Basically, nothing to connect to EC2 instance, but for the workspace, I need to show you. So now I have the Jenkins server. Inside the service is running. I stopped the server. Now if I try to connect to my Jenkins server, is it gonna work? Question is pretty straightforward. You have the server. Inside your server, your Jenkins service is running. You stopped the server and again you started. Now if I copy the public IP address and if I try to access my Jenkins with port number 8080, is it going to work or not? Why no? Because instance is stopped state, right? But again, like how it is working? I haven't given systemctl start command. Na? Okay. Let me go ahead and show. Here, for example, like I'm gonna connect to my EC2 instance from the console. Okay. So here, if I go and give this one, so automatically, like I need to check the command systemctl. First of all, I need to check status. Directly don't go and restart. First of all, check the status. Okay. So general behavior of Jenkins need to stop it. But let's see like what will happen behind the scenes now. So if I go and give the command sudo -i and give the command systemctl status Jenkins dot service. Currently the service is how? No, I'm asking it is active only, but how? Sir, you said if you stop the server, service need to be stopped. But why it is running automatically? Why? Because I have a command called chk config. Which command? chk config Jenkins add. The moment if you give this command, what happened? Wait, Jenkins on here, it's not add, on. The moment if you give this command, what happened, you know? Even though if you stop your server, but whenever you start the server next time, service will be automatically started. Is the logic clear for you? This command chk config Jenkins on is responsible to restart your service automatically. Even though if your service go down, it will restart automatically. So in that case, whenever if you start server, do you need to restart Jenkins service? No, definitely this command you are going to use in real time for each and every service. Why? Because whenever if you stop a server due to some reason, every time it is very difficult to go to the server and to restart the service. So this command will save a lot of time. Why? Because it's gonna reactivate the service whenever it is on stopped state. So write this command chk config Jenkins on. So this is very important command. Remember, in real time, for all the services, this command will be enabled by default. In future, you might use Tomcat service. In future, you might use Docker service. In future, you might use Prometheus service. For every service, chk config must need to be enabled. Okay, that's it. So in the meanwhile, I'll try to connect to my EC2 instance. Jenkins here. Password will be Raham and username will be Raham here. I'm logging it. Fine. Are you able to see it now? So I can be able to open my dashboard. So guys, here I'm going to explain what is the concept of pipeline. See, the pipeline is going to be very easy to understand. But first of all, you need to focus here for the first 10 to 15 minutes. If you focus on the first 10 to 15 minutes, the rest of the class will be very easy for all of you to understand. Okay. So here, coming to the node point here, already we discussed, if we stop the server, service inside the server is also going to be stop. If I give chk Jenkins add, the above command will restart Jenkins service all the time. So here is the node point. No need to worry about it writing. Okay. So coming to this point, pipeline is nothing but step-by-step execution of a process or series of events interlinked with each other. In real time, the pipeline will be working on the following structure. First of all, we take the code, we build it, we test it, we generate artifact. Finally, we're going to do the deployment. This is a fully automated process. That means everything, if you click a single button from taking the code to deploying the application, everything will be automated. What is the purpose of using pipeline? Sir, you can do this on Freestyle also. In Freestyle, we take the code, we build it, we test it, we generate artifact, and of course, we can do deploy also. But what is the importance of taking this to the pipeline? See, pipeline can automate the entire work. And second thing is we have the clarity about the, I'll explain what is the stages. There is a special thing called stages. I'll explain in the practical part for you. See, whenever if you are performing an activity, this pipeline will break down the work into several stages. Okay. But this is not present in the Freestyle job. But in pipeline, you can do it. I'll explain like how it is going to work in the practical way for the scenarios. Now, coming to the type of pipelines, basically pipeline is classified into two types. We have scripted pipeline and we have declarative. Only two types. First one is declarative, second one is, and coming to the interview, somebody will say CI/CD pipeline. CI/CD is not a pipeline. CI/CD is a mechanism which we are going to perform from the pipeline. Like I have seen on some interviews, some people, if I ask what are the types of pipelines, they'll tell first of all CI/CD pipeline. CI/CD is not a pipeline. It is the work what you can do from the pipeline point of view. So pipelines are classified into how many types here? First one is declarative. Second one is scripted. What is the purpose of using pipeline? To automate the work and to have the clarity about each and every stage. Now coming to the syntax of pipeline, guys, for writing the pipeline, we are going to use a domain specific language. DSL stands for domain specific. In interview, they are going to ask you a question. What kind of language you are going to use to write the pipeline? We are going to use domain specific language that is called as Groovy. Which one? We are going to use Groovy script for the pipeline. So remember, it's going to be interview question. Pipeline is going to be written on which programming language? You need to call it as Groovy. Basically, Groovy is having pipeline. Sorry, Groovy is having a programming language and Groovy is having a script also. If you take Java, do you have Java programming language? If you take JavaScript, do you have JavaScript programming language? JS, right? Here also Groovy is having programming language and Groovy is having the script also. But for pipeline, we are going to use which kind of thing here? Groovy script, correct. So the pipeline will be consisting of the stages. What is the meaning of stage? Code is the stage number 1. Build, stage 2, test, stage 3, artifact, stage 4, and deployment is each and every task what you are going to do is called as a stage. And this pipeline will be having the braces of parentheses as well as curly braces. Of course, you have the square brace also, but square brace you are going to use very, very less. Very, very less, I am telling. Most of the time, the braces will be parentheses as well as curly brace. Again, I'll explain one more time for you. So pipeline means step-by-step executing of a process, or we can call it a series of events interlinked with each other. So in real time, our pipeline will be looking like this: generating the code, building, testing, artifact, deployment. What is the purpose of using? Means to automate the work and to have clarity about each and every stage. Coming to the types here, how many types we have? 2 types. First one is declarative. Second one is, coming to the syntax here, which script we are going to use to write the pipeline? So it consists of blocks, nothing but the stages. Code is a stage, build is a stage, test, artifact, and deployment. And coming to the braces, what are the default braces we use for pipeline syntax? Parenthesis and curly brace. So is the theory concept clear for all of you now? Online, can you please confirm, is the theoretical information clear for all of you or not? If theory is clear, we can go ahead and give the practical examples. Can you please confirm me? Okay, so it's clear. Great. So now again, I'm asking this question one more time. So you have seen the production pipeline, how it look like. So you said it is very difficult to learn, right? How many of you say it is easy to learn? Raise your hands. Easy. Only one. So rest of the 40 people I can mark as difficult. Huh? Tell me one thing, man. Easy or difficult? Easy only. Okay. Guys, I am telling you one thing. By the end of the class, you feel pipeline is just like Jujube. I'm telling you, na, you won't fear about pipeline. If you listen to the class for the 30 minutes with full concentration here, you can write any kind of pipeline. I'll give you that guarantee. Most of the people will think pipeline is very difficult to understand and very difficult to write, but it is not like that. Pipeline is very, very easy when you understand the basic structure. Okay. So let's go and create some pipeline. So these are the previous jobs, what we have used for our Jenkins. For as of now, I don't want this job, so I can remove them. But if I want, if I keep them, so I'm keeping them as of now, it's fine. So I'll be going to click on create new item. Wait, I think the line is working. Give me a second, guys. Like I disconnected the LAN here. I think it's working very slow. Let me. What number will be 80? Getting on the signal of 2 points only. Seems it is 5G, but I'm getting signal of 2 points. Let me. Okay. So click on new item here. Currently, what is the instance type we are using? T2 micro. Guys, whenever if you feel that Jenkins is working very, very slowly, wait, guys. So, all right, disconnected again. Port number will be 80. So if you see here, it is loading slowly actually. So whenever if your Jenkins is slow, first of all, you are going to stop the instance. After stopping the instance, how to scale? So basically, there is a concept of scaling in cloud actually. Do anyone know scaling? Auto scaling only. What is auto scaling? I mean, it's a not a concept of Jenkins actually. It's a AWS concept, but I'm just giving a glimpse. So whenever if your servers are not working properly due to heavy load, we can scale the instance. Scaling means what? Adding. What is the meaning of scaling? So we have two type of scalings: horizontal, vertical. Horizontal means for your server, you need to increase the CPU and RAM. Sorry, that is vertical actually. Vertical means you are going to increase the CPU memory for the instance. Vertical. Horizontal means instead of single server, you can create new servers. That is called as a horizontal. Currently, we are performing horizontal or vertical. Vertical. Vertical means you are going to use the existing server and you are going to increase the CPU and RAM. So in the instance settings, go here and click on change the instance type. Of course, T2 medium is not gonna be free, but it's fine. So as of now, we can use it. Click on apply. So after that, here what I gonna do here? I gonna start this one. So tell me one thing. Basically, whenever I start the instance, do I need to start my service automatically? Like, do I need to start my service manually? No, why? CHK config is enabled. When if you enable that command, automatically the service is gonna be restart whenever if you change the state of a server. So I'll be getting the new public IP address. So old public IP address will be not working. Of course, you can ask me, sir. Similarly, for example, if this public IP address is going to keep change, how will we going to work on real time? In real time, we have the elastic IP. What do we have? So if you have elastic IP, what is going to happen? Your public IP address is never going to change. Okay, I'll explain you how to use elastic IP. So username will be Raham and the password will be Raham. Can we scale up while instance is running? Definitely, Bhushan. Like even though if your instance is running, you can use the auto scaling group that is going to scale your EC2 instances. Hope it is clear for you. I think still it is loading slowly only. Okay. So click on new item here. But instead of freestyle, this time what we're going to select here? Pipeline. So generally, if you click on new item, you are going to get the freestyle. But now, as per the pipeline, so definitely we need to select the type of the job as, but still it is running slowly. I'll try to switch to LAN. Let's check. So your name of the pipeline will be, I'm going to give it as pipeline 1. Okay, you can give whatever pipeline. I'm going to give it as pipeline 1. So select here, pipeline, click on. Okay, so this So now once you enter into the pipeline, here you are going to write the Groovy script. What you are going to write here? So guys, it's going to be very, very easy. So basically, I'm going to tell you the pipeline structure. Generally, pipeline will start with pipeline only. So the first line of the pipeline will be pipeline. I don't know why it is working too slowly. Wait. Let me try with some other browser. Why? Because it's taking a lot of time to load. Both are loading slowly only. Okay, anyways, I have given it. Okay. So guys, now here you can go ahead and see. So pipeline will be starting with pipeline. So open the brace. If you hit enter, automatically the brace is going to be closed. After that, you need to write here agent any. As of now, you don't know what is the meaning of agent. Agent is nothing but your slave, which you are going to see in the tomorrow session. So first of all, pipeline start with pipeline. Next year, agent any. Next year, you are going to write something called as stages. Guys, already pipeline will be having lot of stages. It can be one stage, it can be two stage, it can be n number of stages. But as of now, I'm going to show you with the stage number 1. So inside stages, you are going to give the stage. My stage name can be 1. Here you can put whatever the name you want, but I'm giving 1 here. Inside stage, you are going to put now steps. What you are going to put now? So here, whatever you want, you can perform. It doesn't matter. Like you can execute Linux commands, you can take the source code, you can build, you can do testing, whatever you want. Okay. For example, I want to run a Linux command here. So I can use sh. What is the command to create a file? Touch. So I can give the command touch. That's it. It is a simple pipeline that is going to create a file. But of course, we are going to do building and testing later. but I am just giving the example of pipeline structure. So pipeline start with pipeline agent, any. So after that, stages, inside stages you are having, stage, inside stage you are having. So here you can perform whatever action you want. Currently I am running a Linux command, but in upcoming days, you can take the code, you can build, you can test it. So I'm going to write this code one more time for your even better clarity. So pipeline start with pipeline, next agent, agent here, any, next stages, stage number can be 1. So inside stage you are going to write here steps. Inside steps you can perform whatever activity you want. So currently here I am creating the file 1. So is the structure of pipeline clear for all of you know? Everybody. Is it easy for you to understand? Sure. Huh? Online, what about is it easy for all of you to understand? Can you please confirm? Agent means it is a node actually, which you are going to see in tomorrow's session, like Shushmita. So it is very clear. I'm asking one more time. Is it clear for all of you really? Basically, I thought to say one shortcut for you. But you said it is very easy, na? So no need of shortcut, right? Eh? This fine, huh? Okay, then no shortcut is not required. So let me go and save here. After if I save this one. So now next what you are going to do is you are going to run the job. If I want to run the job, I need to click on build now. So guys, today the network seems to be very slow. So pipeline is taking a lot of time to load. So don't mind this one, okay? Tell me shortcut. Huh? Already you said like it is very easy to understand. So here currently we are going to see the concept of a single stage pipeline. What we gonna see? Single stage pipeline means this pipeline will have. So in the example number 1, if you see number of stages, we are having only one stage. Okay. So if I go and see, it is still loading. So if I click on build now, what is the meaning of build now? Already you know, build now means building the job. So guys, here if we can go and see, are we seeing the stages here? If I click on stages, I'm going to get a new console here. What I'm going to get here? So that console is going to show me the stage actually. Let me clear the cache here. I think due to the cache, it is loading. So if you go and see, it is a pipeline 1 actually. In the pipeline 1, how many stages I'm having here? So for example, if I click on build now, automatically build will happen here. And you can see it lively. Guys, already you know, for example, if you do any build in the Jenkins, what is the output we are going to see? Like in which place we are going to see the output? Workspace. What is the default workspace? CD, var, lib. Wait. Var, lib, Jenkins, workspace. What is the name of the job here? It is pipeline. So go for CD pipeline 1. Okay. So if I go to CD pipeline 1, here if I go and see, am I seeing file 1? That means with the help of the pipeline, am I able to create my file 1 or not, sir? So this is the way how you execute the pipelines actually. It is taking like, it's logged off me. Wait. If the user interface is loading slowly, we cannot do anything actually. Like, why? Because see, it's taking almost all 10 seconds to log in even. So now if I click on here, my build 1 success or not, sir? Previously, you said you can see the stages here. What we can see? But if I want to see the stages here, if I click on stages, automatically it is going to take me to the stages section. But unfortunately, like here we are having low speed of internet. That is the reason it's taking a lot of time. So wait for some time. Yeah, Wi-Fi is also giving me the same response, Adil. It's not instance issue, Vikram. Why? Because last day also we use same instance, right? And one more thing, it might be from Jenkins side also. Whenever if you download the latest version will have some bugs. It might be one of the reason. I mean, like we are not sure, but it might be the one of the reason. But if it continue like this, see, if you can go and see, am I able to see here stage one or not, sir? Okay, here's the stage number one. Inside this stage number one, what happened? We have created the file one. So this is the example of the single stage pipeline. So in single stage pipeline, what we can do is we can be able to write here one stage. Correct or not, sir? And that can do any kind of operation. For example, in the single stage pipeline, now if I want to create file two, what I want to create? So how can we create file two? Again, we need to write the pipeline script here. So let me show you how to write the pipeline script here. Taking a lot of time. So if I click on configuration section, so in the configure, we are going to write the script for again stage number one. But this time we are going to create the file two. So guys, remember stage name can be whatever you want. It doesn't need to have like a. Give me 1 second. So guys, now tell me here how to write the pipeline script here. Pipeline. Next here. Agent. Any next. Stages. Stage. This time stage number. Like you can give whatever you want. Like let me give Raham here. It's fine completely. Next here. Steps. Inside steps. I can give sh. Touch file 2. So I can create file 2. Sorry. Game like name whatever you want. It can be 2, it can be 3. Like it's completely fine. So this is the structure, sir. Now if you observe the structure, is it very easy for you to understand or not, sir? But here I'm going to tell one basic shortcut for you. Guys, if you remember this shortcut, understanding the pipeline will be very, very easy. The shortcut to remember pipeline is nothing but all of you written your graduation exam, right? Whenever if you, no. I mean like you might be finally writing, sir. So whenever if you write any exam, how many outputs we can get? 2. What are those? Passer. So definitely you are my student, so definitely you are going to pass anyway. So the pass is going to be the shortcut now. What is the shortcut? Pass. Okay. So here if you go for P for pipeline, A for agent, S for stages, S for stage, again S for steps. Is it matching or not, sir? That is the shortcut. Shortcut or not? So if you remember this pass, so definitely the pipeline syntax is gonna be same. Again, tell me one more time what is the syntax for pipeline here? Pass P for pipeline, A for agent, S for stages, S for stage, again S for. That's it. So is it easy to understand or not, sir? అట్లా ఉంటది మనతోని. Fine. So online is the shortcut easy for understand for all of you. Can you please confirm me once? Okay, great. Sir, you can ask me, sir. Pass means you are having PA, SS. But why this one more S? Why? Because you are using Apsara. Extra marks for extra handwriting. Okay, that is the reason. Fine. Okay, sir. So now here, if I go and click on build now. So if I click on build now, what will happen? Automatically, stage called Raham will execute, and I'm gonna get the file two. So, and one more thing here, if we can go on stages, in the stage also you can see basically previously this option is not for the pipeline. It is a newly given option for the Jenkins itself. Okay. Previously, if you go and say, I'll show you how exactly the pipeline will look like. So Jenkins pipeline output. So if I go to images here, so are you seeing the boxes here? This box. This is the previous Jenkins output actually. That means whenever if you write any kind of pipeline, your stages will look like exactly these boxes. But in the recent version of Jenkins, they have removed these boxes and they have given the new option called stages. So let me show it for you. But before that, let me go and verify, do you have file 2 or not? Have I got file 2 here? That's it. So now if you go and see here, so in the bill number 2, what is your stage name? Raham. So we got the file 2 here. Of course, if you want, you can check the console output. If you click on here, automatically you can get the console output. That's it. So now tell me, is writing the pipeline clear for all of you know? Yes. So we have written the single stage pipeline. Single stage pipeline means we are having only one stage. But now I'm going to show you how to write the multi-stage pipeline. Multi-stage pipeline means instead of having one stage for the pipeline, we are going to have the multiple stages. If you see here, in the example one, I have shown you two examples for the single stage. But for the multi-stage here, exactly below stage number 1, you are going to write the stage number 2, 3, 4, whatever you want. It doesn't need to have stage 1, 2, 3. You can give whatever name. Here I have given 2, 3, and 4. That means inside the single pipeline, if you put more than one stage, then that is called as multi-stage. And one more thing you need to understand is multi-stage pipeline means you can put n number of stages. There is no restriction. Is it clear now? So currently, I want to create file 3 on stage number 3, file 4 on stage number 4, and file 5 on stage number 5. Can you tell me the syntax now? Pura syntax, okay? What is the shortcut? Pass, P for pipeline, okay? Next, A for agent. Agent means server. This you are going to see in tomorrow's session. Next, steps. Yeah, wait. Pipeline. Next, steps, stages. Wait, guys. Wait, you confused me. Okay. Pipeline. Next, agent. Any next stages. Stage number 3. Let's take 3. Okay. Steps. SH. Touch file 3. 3 కాదు నాయన 3. Next. So once you write the stage number 3, you are going to write stage number 4. But where you are going to write? See, once if you place your cursor on stage, bring down the cursor where you are seeing red color. If you are seeing red color, means the stage is ended at that line. Is it clear now? So the place wherever you are seeing red color, that indicate your stage is ended. Now start the next stage. Stage 4. Okay. In stage 4, I want to create steps. What I need to give here? Wait. Steps I have given 2 times now. I need to remove this one. Okay. I need to remove this. Why? Because you have given steps 2 times. Okay. Now SH touch file 4. Again, I want to write stage number 5. Where can I write? Is it seeing now? So now again go here, stage 5. And here I need to give steps. I need to give here SH touch file 5. But sir, I want to, for example, in stage number 5, I want to see CPU information. What is the command to see CPU information? LS CPU. Which one? I said hardware commands for you. No. Okay. The command to see the CPU information is gonna be ls CPU. So not only file creation, you can execute any Linux command. I'm telling you, if you put sh in the single quotes, whatever the Linux command you want to execute, you can put any Linux command. For example, what is the command to create user? User add. You can put it here. What is the command to check the IP address? IPADDR, right? So any Linux command is going to work when you put the sh. Sh will stand for shell. Which one? So if I click on save now, automatically stage number 3 will create file 3, stage number 4 will create file 4, but stage number 5 will show the CPU information. Now tell me, is it single stage pipeline or multi-stage pipeline? What is the difference between single stage versus multi-stage pipeline? Single stage will have only one stage, but multi-stage will have more than one. More than one means n number of. Sir, when to use single stage, when to use multi-stage? In real time, 99.99% we use multi-stage. Single stage we don't use. Is the logic clear for all of you know? Yes. So here I have given the same example. Of course, see here I'm putting some different comments. LSBLK is to show the block device information. LSCPU is to show the CPU. LSMEM is to show the. That's it. See, comments can vary. It doesn't matter. So now if I click on build now, if I click on build now, automatically what will happen? It is going to run the stages. Can we write multiple sh command in single step? Definitely, Akhil, we can write. That is called as pipeline as a code actually. I'm going to tell in the upcoming session 5. Like after this concept complete now, I'm going to tell what is the pipeline as a code. The internet is creating a lot of trouble today. It's taking a lot of time. So here if you go and see, my build number 3 has done. So stage number 3, what happened? We created the file. Stage number 4, what happened? File. And stage number 5, we have printed the CPU information. Let me show you. For example, if I go here and if I click on stage number 5, I can see the output of stage number 5. See, if you click on the stage number 5, whatever happened here, you are going to see in the output. That is called as console output. Which one? Console output. And one important point to notice about the pipeline is currently how many stages you are working on. For example, if stage number 4 failed, it won't go for stage number 5. If pipeline failing on any stage, it will stop there. It is not going to execute the next stage by default, but we can override this kind of things. Okay. I'm writing this information here by default. If pipeline fails on stage 1, it won't go for stage 2 like that. Okay. So if you go and see, I have given the command call ls CPU. Stage number 3 I can see, stage number 4 I can see, stage number 5 I can see. Okay. So if you click on view as a plain text, are you seeing CPU information? So like that, we can execute whatever the commands we want. It doesn't matter like what commands you executed. At the end of the day, you can get the output like this. So this is what we can call as multi-stage pipeline. Which pipeline? So is the difference between single versus multi clear for all of you know? Correct. So next here, what I'm going to do is, sir, you shown us how to write multi-stage pipeline. But for example, if I want to create continuous integration pipeline, how can I create? If you understand the concept of multi-stage pipeline, you can write the continuous integration pipeline very, very easily. I am telling you, I won't teach you the continuous integration pipeline, but you are going to tell me how to write continuous integration pipeline. The concept is very easy. Guys, remember, if you want to write pipeline, if you know what is the input, writing the pipeline will be very, very easy. This is the only thing you need to understand. If you know what is the input, then writing the pipeline will be very, very easy. Tell me what is continuous integration? Continuous build plus continuous. That means if we go to the top here, sir, if I want to build or if I want to test, what I need to have here? That means to write continuous integration, what you need to have? You need to have the code and you are going to make the build. Which command? MVN compile. For testing, MVN test. For artifact, MVN package. Of course, instead of running these three, you can use MVN clean package also. But I'll run each of them separately. That means to write continuous integration pipeline, you need to have the code from GitHub, build, from MVN compile, test, from MVN test, and artifact from MVN. So your inputs are very straightforward. So the same input I have given, first of all, get the code, build, test. But before we go and proceed, how many stages we want to write here? This is very, very clear. So here what I'm going to do is, I'll remove everything and I'll write everything from the scratch. First of all, tell me the stages, only stages. How many stages? So tell me the syntax. Pipeline. No, agent you miss. Okay, agent. Any stages? Stage number one is code. This time give the name of the stage. What is stage number one? Code. Inside stage, steps. So here you are going to put your source code. Sir, already you know we are going to get the source code from the, if you go to GitHub, DevOps by Raham. Okay, so here you can see Jenkins Java project. What you can see? So copy the code and paste it here. But before that, put Git. Sir, sh is for Linux command. But if you want to work with Git, you are going to give the command call. Very simple. Write here Git as the command, and this is the URL. That's it. Now, what is stage number two? Build. Tell me, build, steps, MVN, compile. But if you want to execute the Linux command, what you need to give? sh. Correct. MVN, compile. Very great. So next, what you want to give here? What is the next stage? Stage, test, steps. We need to give sh, MVN, test. And after finally we are going to write here last stage as RT fact. Finally, steps, sh, MVN, package. Now if you see, you know the inputs. By knowing the inputs, writing the pipeline code is very, very easy or not, sir? Is it very difficult now? No, I am telling you to write the pipeline, only two things are required. First of all, you need to know the inputs. What you need to have. Second one, you need to know about tasks. What you need to know about? Correct. So again, see here, I'm going to explain this one more time for you. So if you go to my notes here, so stage number one will be code here. Of course, you can call it as checkout also. I'm writing here checkout, but you can put code also. So in the steps, I have taken source code from the Git. From this location, I get the code. So in the stage build, I'm giving the command called MVN compile. So in the stage called test, I'm giving here. And in the artifact, I can give MVN package. That's it. Now, if you go here and if I click on build now, automatically what will happen? It is automatically take the code, compile it, test it, and it is going to convert the correct. So today I tried this code build, got failed. Send me the logs, Durga, okay? I'm going to tell you what is error. So if I click on build now, automatically in the background, my source code is going to download to the Jenkins. It will compile, test, and create the artifact. And the output you can see on the workspace. If I give LL, are you getting source and target? LL target. Am I seeing var file? That means continuous integration is perfectly executed or not, sir? That's it. So this is the simple code what you can use to write the continuous integration pipeline. Is it clear for all of you now? In real time, you are going to add 3 more stages. If I add 3 more stages, then my production pipeline is done. But as of now, I'm gonna just fix with these 4 stages. Later 3 stages, I'm gonna explain on the upcoming days for you. Solin, can you please confirm he's writing the continuous integration pipeline? Clear for all of you or not? Can you please confirm me on chat box once? Clear, fine. So how many stages we have used in this pipeline? Vasanta, SH means to execute Linux command, okay? So you can see stage number 1 is getting the code, stage number 2 is getting the next test, next. If I click on code here, automatically I can see the number of stages, okay, like that. Sir, generally if you see the pipeline code, I'm having 4 stages, which is very, very lengthy. But for example, instead of writing these 4 steps on different stage, can I write on single stage? Of course. Why? Because if you see, if I write them on different stages, it is gonna make the length of the code very, very high. So if you want to decrease the length of the code in pipeline, we can use the concept as pipeline as a code means running more than one command or action inside a. That means previously how many stages we have? All of them we run on 4 different commands. Okay. But here what I'm going to do is inside the single stage only, I'm going to run all of the 4 commands, taking the code, compiling, testing, package. What is the purpose of using pipeline as a code? It will reduce the length of the code and it can save the time. For example, this above pipeline will take 20 seconds to execute. But this below pipeline will do the same action, will do the same output, but execution time will be almost all 10 to 15 seconds. How many seconds? First one is 20 seconds almost all. But this one is 10 to 15. That means we are saving some time or not, sir? That is the reason why we need to use a pipeline as a code. So in real time, like whenever if you go for like interview, they are going to ask you a question. But before that, explaining a question, are you seeing the stages here? Stage number 1 called code started on 2 minutes 5 seconds ago. It took how many seconds to execute? And if you want to see the logs, are you seeing the drop down here? If you select the drop down, automatically you are going to see the log. That means what happened inside that you can able to see it. If I go for build, are you seeing the build logs here? If I go for test, am I able to see test logs here? How much time it took? 3.4 seconds. And conversion of artifact, how much time it took? So on an overview, your pipeline will took almost all 20 seconds. See, getting the code is 0.25, building is 2.5, testing is 3.4 and not 5. Like, let's take some X time here, okay? Like that. So if I go for configuration here, in the configuration, now I'm going to write the pipeline as a code here. What I'm going to write? What is pipeline as a code here? Running more than one command inside a. So in interview, they are going to ask a question like this. As a DevOps engineer, how can you optimize your pipeline? That means if you want to reduce the length of the time for pipeline execution, that is called as pipeline optimization. How can you do it? What is the better approach we can do for? So pipeline as a code will be the pretty straightforward answer. With the help of the pipeline as a code, we can save a lot of time. Execution will done very, very speedily. So let me go and write this one for you. So I'll be reviewing all of them here. Now tell me the syntax here. Pipeline, agent, any, stages, stage, steps. Oh, wait. Stage name can be like I'm going to give it as Raham. You can give whatever the thing you want. And one more thing, guys. If you give the open base, if you hit enter, automatically base will close. So don't think you need to open close the brace whenever you open. If you hit enter, automatically whatever the brace you open, it is going to close. So here, now what is the step number 1 here? Right, let me write here steps. Step number 1 is getting the, where I'm getting from? Copy the URL. Right. I think if I go to my GitHub repository, I'll be going to getting the code and I'll give it here. Okay. Stage number 2 will be MVN compile. Then you said MVN compile. Of course, if you can write, so are you going to let it? So see here, sh MVN compile. Next sh MVN test. Finally sh MVN package. Guys, one more thing. Here the pipeline syntax need to be very, very careful. For example, if I don't give the single quote here, if I forgot to give, are you going to get some different color? Whenever if you are seeing some different color, apart from this green color, then it is going to indicate we are going to have an error. So make sure that the syntax will be given properly. Most of the times, if you do any wrong syntax, you are going to get the wrong output. So click on save. And after that, now if I want to run this job, how can I run it? Build now, correct. And one more thing also, pipeline as a code also, you can use it as multi-stage. That means instead of running the 4 commands on the single stage, run 2 commands on stage number 1 and next 2 commands on. This is called as multi-stage pipeline as a code. It is also one of the frequently used pipeline as a code format in the real time. See here, everything you are running on single stage. If you don't want it, define them in 2 different stages. Step number 1, step number 2 on stage number 1, step number 3 and step number 4 is on stage number 2. So like this also you can go and plan. Let me click on build now. So if I click on build now, automatically this pipeline is going to be executed. So now you'll be getting the same output, sir, without any change. But the only difference is time execution. If you go and see here, if I place my cursor, this above pipeline took how many seconds? But next to pipeline took, wait, it is showing different. It took 10 seconds, it took 12 seconds. No, basically it's showing something wrong information. Actually, it should not show like this. It's gonna show some different information, but okay, fine. Sir, can we directly build by checking on? Directly there also you can build a Bhushan. But here, what happening is I'm not able to build from that console. Why? Because it is gonna take a lot of time to go from one page to another page. I'm having the network issue. That is the reason I'm not able to do it. Okay, but if you want, you can do it. So this is the pipeline as a code. Tell me one thing. What is the advantage of pipeline as a code here? To reduce the length of the and to save the time. But here it is showing the wrong information. Why? Because here the network is very, very slow as the expectation time. That is the reason it is loading more than expected time. Okay, don't worry about it. But if you practice on your home, you can observe the difference. There is having the lot of time difference. That's it. So is the concept of pipeline as a code clear for all of you? Know? Online, can you please confirm me? Is the pipeline as a code clear for all of you or not? Clear. So in the pipeline as a code, you can also execute the multi-stage pipeline as a code. So this you can practice as per the above thing. And one more thing is here, we have a concept called pipeline as a code over single shell. What is it? Pipeline as a code over. That means for every shell command, we are using sh, correct or not, sir? Instead of using sh for every single shell command, we can use only single sh like this. Are you able to see it now? Okay, let me go and show you. If I click on configuration, how many shell commands I'm running there? Only 3. Git is not a shell command. Okay, men compile, test, package. These 3 will be the shell commands. For 3 different shell commands, I'm using 3 sh separately. But instead of doing like that, I can able to run all of the shell commands inside the single shell. If you see the syntax here, are you able to get it now? How many single quotes I have opened? How many single quotes I closed? In middle, you can write n number of comments. Don't think here I have 3 comments. That is the reason I have given 3 single quotes. It's not like that. Even though if we have 2 comments, still you need to give 3 single quotes. Even though, for example, if you are having 4 or 5 shell comments, still also you are going to give the 3 only. Okay. So this 3 will be the standard fixture, and in the middle you can give number of comments as per your requirement. So I'll go here. So now instead of these 3, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all of them here, put single shell here, and close this one. So what I can do here, I can use MVN, compile, MVN, test, and final one MVN package. So if I click on save and if I click on build now, automatically I am going to get the same output without any difference. Okay. Sir, our Linux session is also going to, it's from 6 p.m. right? I think so. So Adil Rashid, you can attend after this session. Okay. If not now, you can attend later also. After completion of this course is completely fine. And a question from Durga sir, in single line, where can we use MVN clean package, right? Definitely you can use MVN clean package also. But I'll tell you why I'm not using MVN clean package. In tomorrow's class, I'll show you the difference. Why I'm not using MVN clean package. So if I click on build now, automatically my output is going to be build. So if I go to stages now, I'll show you the difference actually. I'll take one duplicate tab in the meanwhile to show the difference for you. The only thing that inconvenience for today's class is this network issue. If this is good now, so our class will be very more interesting. So guys, if you go ahead and see in the build section, I'm gonna show you like this here. If I click on this section of Braham, I'll show you the difference between previous console output and this console output. And one more thing in the meanwhile, I'll tell you one small thing here. Basically, in interview, they are going to ask you the difference between scripted and declarative. Okay, in the manual it is loading now. Just understand this one. Scripted is short, declarative is scripted will not have stages, but in declarative, are you able to see stages? Yes. So scripted start with node, but it start with. So if you see any of the pipeline here, it is starting with. But if it is scripted, you are going to have here node. So that is the difference actually. So in interview, they will ask you what is the difference between scripted and declarative. Of course, I'm going to show you lively also, like how to write the scripted and how to write the declarative. For scripted, the code will be declarative, it is long. For scripted, we don't have stages, but for declarative, we are having the stage. For scripted, it is going to start with node, but for declarative, it is going to start with correct. So if you go and see, I'm having single stage here. If you go and see, MVN compile, MVN test, and MVN package is executed on single script or not, sir? You can see it very, very clearly. All of them, these are executed on single shell. Okay, but if you go to some other output, these you are going to get on 3 different lines. But here I'm getting it on single line. So is the concept of pipeline as a code over single shell clear for all of you know? Yes. That's it. And the last concept for today's session is gonna be input pipeline. Sorry, like an input parameter. Which one? Input parameter means based upon the user input, the pipeline code is going to. For example, here you can see build, sorry, code build, test, artifact. Now coming to the stage of deployment, I'm just writing echo my code is deployed. What I'm writing here, echo my code is deployed. But before I execute this one, in real time, we are going to write the code. But for here, I'm printing message only. But in tomorrow's session, I'm going to show you how to write the deployment code actually. So now before going for deployment, I am asking input here. What I'm asking? It is going to show me a message. Is your input correct? If I click OK, then only the application is going to deploy, or otherwise it is not going to. That means based upon my input, the pipeline is going to execute. Let me show you this lively so you'll be getting some clarity. So in the configuration section, let's write the continuous integration pipeline. So tell me the continuous integration pipeline. Pipeline, agent, any, stages, stage. See, instead of code, you can write checkout. Stages, stage number 1 is checkout. Okay. Wait. Is cursor gone? Stages. Okay. Basically, wait, I lost this cursor actually. You can see this some different cursor game. Wait. So pipeline, agent, any. Next, stages, stage number 1 is checkout. Inside stage, I want right here steps. So get the code from Git and give the direct URL. So after that, you are going to write here stage number 2 is build. Correct? So inside stage, I want right here steps. I can write sh mvn compile. Next, stage test. Next here steps. I can write here sh mvn test. So next here I can write here stage artifact steps mn package, right? I'll explain later, okay, why I'm not using clean package. I already said this one, okay? Don't worry. The reason why I'm not using clean package, I'll tell in tomorrow's session. You'll be getting some clarity, okay? But as of now, just follow this flow. So instead of artifact, next year, finally, I'm going for deployment. What I'm going to do here? Stage. This is the last stage of pipeline actually. Deploy. So here next you want to give steps and give sh mvn. Sorry, it's not like deploy stage, right? So I can give echo. My code is deployed. What I'm writing here, my code is. Guys, here basically in real time you are going to write the code, but as of now I'm writing echo. Echo means it is gonna print my code is deployed. Okay, but in the Tomcat session I'm gonna show you how to write the deployment code here. But as of now, think my deployment is done. I'm just printing the message. So now tell me one thing. Before going for deployment, it is always recommended to give the manual approval in real time. For example, let's say currently you are taking the code from which branch here? But developer asked me to take the code from main branch, but unfortunately I have taken code from master branch. So now if I directly go and deploy the application, it is gonna give me the wrong application or not, sir? So remember, in real time for production environments, not only for production, for every environment, deployment require the manual approval. If you don't provide the manual approval, you have some chances to do the mistake. Okay. So here I'm going to write something called as input block. Which block? In the input, I'm going to write here message. In the message, I'm asking here, is parameters correct? I'm asking whatever the inputs you have given, that is parameters. Is everything correct? If I click it, okay, then only my application is gonna be deployed. Then only the application is not going to be deployed. See, the moment it comes to the deployment stage, it is gonna show me the message. Is your parameters correct? If I give the answer, if I give the answer, yes, then only this stage will execute. Otherwise, the stage is not going to be execute. So this is one of the security measure what we can do for the best practice of the pipeline. So remember guys, wherever if you go, in real time, manual approval before deployment is gonna be the best practice for the pipelines. So one should give the manual approval before running the pipeline. Why? Because if you configure anything mistakenly while giving the approval, you have chance to check or not, sir. That is the reason. So for example, if you take the biryani example, if you cook the biryani, you are directly going to serve to the guest. You don't know how it tastes. But before serving to the guest, if you taste yourself manually, automatically it is gonna give some input for you, right? If you taste good, you are going to serve them. But if it is not gonna taste good, you are going to add something for it. Correct or not? Same process. Now click on here. Bill now. The moment if I click on bill now, this bill will not execute until I give the manual approval. Let me show you. If I go for stages here, first of all, it is going to execute. Checkout will execute. Build will execute. Test will execute. Artifact will execute. But coming to the deployment stage, I have given input block or not, sir. It is going to prompt me a message. It is going to prompt me a what message is your inputs? You can call it as parameters also. Parameters and inputs will be the same actually. If I click on OK, then this stage will. But instead of OK, if I click on abort, abort means stop actually. What is the meaning of abort? Then the pipeline will not execute this specific stage. So let me add the point here. Now if you go and see, is it spinning or not, sir? Why it is spinning? It won't execute. Even if I stay for 1 hour, it is gonna spin continuously, but it won't execute. The reason is it is asking me the approval. See, is it running now? Everything got run within seconds only, but why it is taking a lot of time? So if I click on this stage now, see I'm going to this stage by clicking here on the deploy. Now I'm gonna prompt a message here. Wait. It is gonna ask me a message now. You can see it on the console. If you go and see, it is showing that waiting for interactive. If I click on this down, are you seeing the options here? Yes or abort? If I click on yes, the pipeline will execute or not, sir? But if I click on abort, what will happen? It is not going to execute. So let me click on yes. The moment if I click on yes, see, it is going to deploy now. I can see the output here in the green color. But again, I need to refresh the console here. Okay. Why? Because this is going to take some long time. So I'm refreshing now. But instead of abort, instead of okay, if I click on abort, what will happen? Yes. So here I'm writing the note point. What is the note point? Note. In real time, providing manual approval is best practice for Jenkins pipelines. Is it clear now? Yes. Sir, what is the reason of providing the manual approval? Because if you configure anything wrongly, so before providing the approval, you can check it. But if you don't provide the approval, it is directly going to execute and mistake will happen. Immediately need to roll back. Oh man, it's taking a lot of time. Now we can see the bill number 7 success. I have given S here, but it's loading slowly. Let me show it here for you. So this deploy need to be coming on the green color. So it will come. Just wait for some time. Let me give the notes in the meanwhile. It's loading slowly, very slowly. See, already the build got completed, but unfortunately here what is happening, it is reloading why? Because due to slow internet, but the build got completed actually. Wait. So guys, don't worry here. As of now, the build got completed, but it is taking some time to replicate on the console due to some poor internet connection. Okay. So this is the way how you are going to work with the manual approval. Okay. So remember again and again, I'm telling. So for the production level activities, it is better to provide the manual approval. Why? Because if you do any configuration mistake before providing the approval, you can check it once and you can proceed or you can stop it as per your requirement. That's it. So now in today's session, which topic we have seen? Pipelines. So now before we go for doubts and queries, first question for all of you. How's the pipeline class for all of you? Is it able to understand? Now tell me, is pipeline really difficult to write? Now why it is not difficult? Because of the pass. Write the note point actually. Write the note point, man. Note point. So in your notes, open the index.html page and write shortcut as pass. So P for pipeline, A for agent, S for stages, S for stage, and again S for. That is the simple formula to remember the pipeline structure. Online, can you please confirm me how's the class for all of you today? Can you please confirm in chat box? Okay. So I can see it was very clear from all of you. That was very good to hear. Great. Have you written this shortcut? Now write the note point. Note. The above shortcut is derived by Raham sir. I was the person who invented the shortcut, na? So definitely need to give my name. Just kidding. Okay, no need to write. Okay, guys, don't write. Okay, I was just kidding. Okay, you thought some other thing, right? I know. Derived by Raham sir only. You all are pass. And one of the S, right? One of the S for using the Apsara. Why? Because for extra marks for extra handwriting. Not sorry, good handwriting. Fine. Okay. So guys, that's it for today's session. Now, if you are having any doubts or any queries over today's class, you can ask me. So online, you can raise your hand. I'm gonna give unmute option for you. And offline, you can speak. Pawan, I have given unmute option for you. Sai Pawan, please go ahead and speak. Think Pawan, you are not able to speak. Fine.
Hello. Hi, Raham. Am I audible to you?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we had installed the Jenkins in one instance, right? And you had stopped that instance. If you terminate the instance means we shall we use that same Jenkins or else we need to create one more time in
Basically,
another.
in real time, we don't terminate the Jenkins server. Of course, even if you try to terminate, it is not going to do it. Why? Because we are having the termination protection. So, guys, for every server, see, if you go and see in the actions, actually, there is a section called instance setting. What you are having? Are you see that change termination protection? By default, termination protection will be disabled for all the instances. But if you click on enable, even though if you try to delete the server, it is not going to delete. So in real time, for every server, this we are going to enable by default. Okay. So if you try to delete the server, first of all, you don't have the permission. Even if you don't have the permission, it is not going to delete. So if I go and try to terminate, so click on terminate. What is happening here? Fail to terminate the instance. So in real time, there is no chance of deleting the servers. Recently, I heard a news actually. One of the techie was fired by the company. What happened? You know, he got and did the production servers that caused some millions of loss for the company actually. The reason why it happened is first of all, he has the permission to delete the server. Okay, in real time, we can restrict by using the IAM users and groups concept. I'm going to explain on the AWS concept. Hope you the query is clear for you, Pawan. And sir, any update on 9 a.m. batch? So guys, 9 a.m. batch will not start now. So the 24th, some other training batch is gonna start. So might be by this, like by next month starting, you can expect the new batch. This might. Or if you want some real information, please contact to our admin. So they're gonna provide the details for you. And Kiran, sir, basically I asked the admin to give proper recordings as well as like proper Google Classroom access for everyone. If you haven't got it now, so ask him one more time. Okay. Sir, where can we find the Linux class? If you go to the Narendra website, you can find the direct Linux class link. Take the link and you can join. Sorry? Like I haven't posted it till you, don't worry. Okay, so any queries from you online or offline? Okay then, so here I'm going to give the notes for all of you. You can take these notes and you can do the practice. Okay? So in tomorrow's session, I'm gonna cover some of the pending topics in Python. Of course, we are having some pending topics in Python that I'm gonna cover on the tomorrow's session, and after that we are going to see the mass translate. That's it. Okay then. So let's connect on tomorrow's session with some new topic. Have a great day. Bye. Thank you. Bye everyone.